Alright guys, so we're going to start talking about covalent nomenclature. So again, this word nomenclature is another word for name. So we're going to start talking about naming covalent bonds. So if you remember, covalent bonds are between two nonmetals. So when you see two nonmetals, that's what a covalent bond is. If you want to have your notes out so you can be taking notes, this is a really good time to pause the video and pull out those notes. But I'm going to write down the rules for covalent naming. Okay, so here are the rules. The first one is this: is that the first name stays the same. And then the second rule for the second name is we're going to change the N to IDE. So it's like this is exactly like we've done ionic. So covalent is really easy because it's the same as ionic. The only difference is that we're going to have to start to add prefixes. Okay, so we're going to have to add these things called prefixes. And prefixes, if you know maybe from an English class, pre means before. So it's names that we're going to put before the name that we put. It'll make more sense as you keep watching the video. So I'm going to write a list of the prefixes on the side in blue. Alright, because of the timing and things this year, I'm not going to make you guys memorize these. So don't worry about memorizing them. You'll have them on the test, or you'll be allowed to look them up on your test. Alright, so here are the prefixes that we're going to use in this class. In other classes you might use more, but we're just going to use 1 through 5. So mono is a 1, 2 is di, 3 is tri, 4 is tetra, and 5 is penta. Alright, at this point you might be kind of confused about how this is all going to work, but I'll show you how it's going to work in a second. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a formula, and we're going to try to name it using our rules, okay? So let's see. Let's start off with this one. Cl2O5. Alright, our first word is going to stay the same. So Cl on your periodic table is chlorine. So you write chlorine. Alright, and then we're going to do our second word, which we're just going to change the N to ide. So it's going to be oxide. Leave a space before it. Okay, and now we need to put in our prefixes. So you'll notice chlorine right here has a 2. So chlorine is going to be 2. So it's going to be dichlorine. And then oxide, or oxygen, has the 5, so it's going to be pentoxide. You'll notice that since oxygen has the O right there, we're going to leave off the A. So if it has a vowel, you leave off the A. So that's how we do it. So let's do a practice one and try it. Let's see. Let's do S2O3. Alright, so we use our first name stays the same, sulfur. Our second name changes to ide, oxide. And so we have a 2, so it's a disulfur, and then trioxide. Alright, let's look at going the other way. So that's if I give you the formula, you need to give me the name like that. Alright, now I'm going to give you the name and you're going to have to give me the formula. So, say I give you carbon monoxide. Alright, so here you don't have to do any charges or anything like that. You just write the symbol, and then if it has a prefix, include that number. So for this one we have a carbon, it's just a C. If there's no prefix in front of this, we just assume it's 1. Alright, so if it doesn't have a mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, we just assume it's 1. So it's carbon, and then this is mono, so it's going to be 1. So it's just carbon and oxygen. Okay, both of them are 1s. Let's try another one that will be a little bit different. Let's try a dicarbon tetrafluoride. Alright, so for dicarbon tetrafluoride, we'll have a carbon, and it has this di in front, so we know that's the 2. So we have carbon, and it has a 2. And then we have fluoride, so an F, and it has tetra, so that's a 4. So it's C2F4. Let's try one more that you guys might be kind of familiar with. Carbon dioxide. So you guys might have heard this term before. So we have carbon. Again, carbon, it doesn't have a name in front of it, so it's just going to be 1C. And then we have a dioxide. So you have oxygen as O, and then it's a di, so it's going to be 2. All right. Hopefully that kind of helps, and you're able to finish the worksheet. The worksheet's only half of a worksheet, so it's pretty short. Please email me if you have any questions about this, or try to, you could try to Google something, other things, or come in and get help on Friday. Good luck. Let me know if you need help.